Thank you. So, hello everybody, and thank you, and a massive gratitude to all of you who contributed to creating this. Each one of you who sent out the messages, the graphics, and invited friends to this call. I'm just so super grateful to you all. Thank you. And you know who you all are. Thank you. Namaste, Amita Bhatnagar. Namaste, welcome. All right, so talk to the entities. What is talk to the entities? And what is talk to the entities for you guys? I'd love you all to bring that forward first. Like, what is talk to the entities? Is it crazy? Is it bizarre? Is it madness? Pagalpanti? Heck yeah, what is it? Who would like to go? Who's brave enough to go? Hello, Arav.
Is it communicating?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, it is. Is it communication?
Access
really,
the unknown world. Tapping into the unknown world.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, you people probably get 100 on 100 already. You all know it. Class over. Go home. You already know it. You all know what it is, but would you be willing to acknowledge what you know about what you know? It's almost like when we talk about the entity world, when we talk about when we say the very word entities. Yes, I will also speak in Hindi for sure, sweetheart, definitely. So when we say the very word entity, जब वो word entity बोलते हैं, there's an energy that it starts to come up not only around us, but in our body, that has us almost going into a pattern of freaking out. It's like, oh my God, entity. Oh my God, bhoot. Oh my God, ghost. Disembodied, doesn't have a body. That means they're greater than me, or that means they're around and I don't even know that they're there. There are all these different forms of energies, different forms of reactions that we go into. And when you go into a reaction about anything at all, what you're really choosing is a rejection. What you're really going into with every reaction is a rejection, or what could be a gift. Which jahan pe, like, Tamanna said contribution, and Jessica said going into the unknown world, and there's so much more. There's actually an acknowledgement. For me, talk to the entities is really about an acknowledgement of the entity world. Acknowledgement that it exists. Acknowledgement that there is more than what I can just see or hear. If every molecule on the planet had an energy, and if you would depend on just your 5 senses, would you really receive? Would you really receive to the level that is possible? So how much are you rejecting by believing that nothing lies beyond the 5 senses? That nothing lies, nothing is real, nothing is true. That doesn't allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive what is true for you. I drunk, good, bad, pot, on 9 shots, poison, beyonds. So few of you might not be, I don't know if you've all done access here before, guys. Just so grateful for all of you for being here. And if any of you have not done the bars before this, please feel free to stop me and ask a question. I'm more than happy talking about it. So when we talk about the entity world, you've got to get this, the way Access has The way Access has talked about entities is something that is so beautiful that I have not really seen in the other, I've not done too many modalities, but when I talk to people about other modalities, they speak about how there is so much of a different way of handling with entities. It's almost like this is outside of me and अब मुझे इसको handle करना पड़ेगा. मुझे इस चीज को के साथ deal करना पड़ेगा. It's almost something outside of you. You don't include it in the oneness of you. You go into a space of excluding it, making it wrong, making it bad, making it something that you don't want to receive, and you're being forced to receive. What if today, the only thing that you could take home is that an entity is an energy that can be defined. So every energy that can be defined is an entity. So when you define yourself as whatever, a lady, a woman, a man, a child, a mother, a father, or you define yourself with the name that you give yourself, you too are an entity. You are embodied, the others are disembodied. That's the only difference. So if we knew that we were all entities, how much could you then receive? And what could you then receive? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, online shots, boys and beyonds. So the way, in Talk to the Entities, the only thing that we do is we clear them, we communicate with them, and we receive from them. We do not talk, and we don't do a false thing from there. It's just about clearing them, which many of you who've done the foundation, you've done the basic clearing. And for a few of you, that's plenty, and that's fine. There is no, you have to come to Talk to the Entities class. It's more of a, if you're happy with that much of information, that's great. But if you would like more, if you would like to know more about the entities, which is not just the people entities, because the clearing that you do in a foundation is about the people entities, right? Where we go into truth, who are you, who are you, who were you before that, who were you before that, who were you before that, and who will you be in the future? Or we go into what is your job? What is your job before that? What was your job before that? What was your job before that? And what will your job be in the future? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, online shots, boys and beyonds. This is about the people entities that we talk about. And then we have a whole lot of different entities in the entity world. Some of them include the beings of light. We include the nature spirits. We include our teammates. We also include the demons. We also include the inculcated spirits, the implants and explanted spirits, entities, and a whole lot of other ones, which you learn in the class. And with every one of them, we deal with them, we clear them, communicate, and receive from them differently. But like I said, the basic clearing is truth, who are you? Truth, who were you before that? Truth, who were you before that? And truth, who will you be in the future? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, online shots, boys and beyonds. So having said that, do you all have any questions?
So Chandana,
Yes.
when you said entities, so
Yeah.
they're the living, the non-living things, everything is an entity, like the table, the chair, the plant behind you, the sofa, everything,
Yes.
the clothes we wear.
Absolutely.
They're also entities.
Yes, darling, which is why I said every energy that can be defined, which includes your business, which includes your house, which includes your everything, your clothes, your sofa, the chair, everything's an entity. Everything that is an energy that can be defined is an entity. So having said that, yes, You, your family, your kids, your husband, your wives, your wives. Okay. your, your home, your building, your business, and whatever else. Everything that can be defined. Every energy is an entity. Yeah.
So we will be learning about receiving, communicating with all forms of entities, and
Yes.
how they could contribute to our lives and how we could contribute as well. Is that how it is?
Absolutely. Yes, beautiful. Because that's a great question. Because contribution is everywhere where you're willing to receive them, is you being the gift for them. Because in this reality, how many of us really receive entities? You're like, oh my God, bhoot, दरवाजा बंद करो, भागो, मोमबत्ती लेके आओ, झाड़ू लेके आओ. You know, all these weird reactions.
I have one question.
Yeah,
but after
darling.
this class, you still have an option of like you're not okay to talk all the time with entities, or it's not that key. You'll be able to. You know me where I'm coming from.
Oh, yeah, and I love you, Dani. I just love you, Jessica. Well, I must say, for you to be on this call is a huge one. And I'm really proud of you. I know how much energy and how much strength and how much courage that's taken for you. So truly, can you acknowledge that?
It's been 8 months I'm trying to do this.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's like this. Awareness is something that you have. So when you come to talk to the entities, it's not like you're going to become aware of entities. It's actually going to be that, oh, I acknowledge an awareness of entities that I've always had. And up until now, I've been at the effect of it because I didn't know what to do with it. But now I have the tools to know what I can do and be with this awareness. It's like, when you have an awareness, it's like we can't say, I want to have awareness of how to create more money. I want to have awareness of how to have better relationships, but I don't want to have awareness of entities. A lot of people come from that space. I want to be aware. I want to be aware. I want to be aware. Why are you more aware than me? Why do you have ease with your awareness? Why don't I have ease with my awareness? It's because, darling, and I really want you all to get this. You cannot sieve. You can't chano your awareness. कि ये अच्छा awareness है, ये बुरा awareness है, इसको छन्नी में रहने दो, इसको फेंक देंगे. You can't do that with awareness. You either have it or you don't have it. You cannot sieve awareness. You just receive that. But what you can have, and what the entities does, what it introduces you into, is a space of having ease with your awareness. I mean, how many of us have been at the effect of our awareness? Your bodies communicate with you. You don't listen to your body. You constantly put it off. Till your body hurts. There's a disease. There's a doctor says, koi problem hai, ye hai, wo hai. And it's like, oh my God, I have a disease and I have an issue and I have a body issue now. So now I need medication, and now I need to go for MRIs, and I need to go for my blood tests and my nerve tests and stuff like that. Nothing seems to come out in the tests. And even if they do, and even if you take medication, it doesn't seem to get okay. Why is that? To begin with, it was not a problem. It was just an entity awareness that you were not willing to receive. What can change for you all if you're willing to receive and to acknowledge that you've always had entity awareness? Just acknowledging that, oh, I have the awareness. And now what can I do with this? Now what can I be with this? What can I create with this? And that's where your question comes in, Tamanna, where it's about clearing, communicating, and receiving. Receiving is that space where you're willing to receive the awareness, receive their contribution.
I have a question.
Yes, darling.
So, so why is entities like so important? As in, what will happen if we avoid entity awareness? I mean,
yeah.
What is it with entities that has to be like we have to learn it, or something that we need to be aware of, or something that we can use it at our advantage? So, I mean, what
That's
is it
such a
called?
great question, Kanika. First, you don't have to do anything. Guys, you don't have to come to this class. You don't have to go to another Talk to the Entities class. It's just a choice. Okay? Something that Shannon has been talking a lot in the recently in the advanced Talk to the Entities class, which just finished, and it just blew my mind. It's almost like we've been sanitizing our awareness. ये गंदा है, ये अच्छा है, ये सही है, ये गलत है. But when you sanitize your awareness, what you create is a rejection of your knowing. Rejection of what you can receive. So if you're asking for more, if you're asking for greater, if you're asking to be all of you, receiving the awareness, having the awareness, will contribute to you.
Can I say something here?
Yes, please,
I
darling, go for it.
agree with you, because I've been constantly asking, I need to receive more. What will it take for me to receive more? And every time, I've messaged you how many times I will do this class, and then again chosen to run away. I've always ran away from this class.
I know the best was when she ran away just a few hours before the last class. She still ran away.
And still, it is so funny that every time I'm still doing those clearings, what will it take for me to receive infinitely? This class always shows up. Somehow somebody will talk about this, the entity, or someone will come, I'm possessed with entities. Somewhere entities come.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, so no matter how much you run from your awareness, if you really want to receive, you have to acknowledge it and you have to face it.
Yes, darling. And also when you're willing to acknowledge what you know, see, you know it. This is one thing I want you all to get. You already have awareness of entities. It's not like आप talk to the entities class में आ रहे हो क्योंकि आपको awareness चाहिए. आपको awareness है. But your autopilot is on reject. It's not on receive. So when your autopilot is on reject, you reject everything, which includes the money, which includes the joy, which includes the ease, which includes everything. So changing your autopilot from reject to receive is what this class does. So it's not like, come, I'll give you awareness of entities. No, you have it, sweethearts. You have it already. None of you sitting here in class today, none of you sitting with me today here, none of you can tell me, let me just put it this way. If any of you tell me that you don't have awareness, you're just fooling yourselves. Because each one of us has the awareness. But we've been working so hard, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, to reject it. So what can change? What can change for you, for your relationships, for your money flows, for your business, for your body? If you are truly willing to put your barriers down and receive, it takes a shitloads of barriers to go down to receive, guys. And this class is really about putting your barriers down. There are no barriers once you've done this class, because they just melt. It's just the space, the nurturing energy, the kindness of receiving. Receiving is one of the kindest energies available on the planet. But we work so hard to be unkind by rejecting. What if you could be kind to yourself and in turn be kind to all those energies, all those entities that are around you that just want to be acknowledged? It's like, can you imagine tomorrow you don't have a body? Let's just say, for example, kal aap mar gaye, like body mar gayi. The being doesn't die, right? But let's just say the body gives up, yeah? And you're sitting with your family without the body, and you want them to just know that you're there. And suddenly your kids scream and they say, "Boot!" and they run out of the room. What does that do to you? Like a few minutes ago, you were mama. You were the most special person for them. They loved you and you loved them. And now suddenly, when you want them to know that you're there, they reject you by running away, by saying bhoot. Is that kind or is that so unkind?
So Chanda, this was my question. जब हमें डर है entities का या fear of entities, how can we communicate if there is that so much of fear, by bhoot or the ghost?
Yeah.
And if they are our dearest ones, how do we?
Yeah. You know, Shruti, thank you for that question. I always forget that there is fear attached. Yes. Well, fear is, you have got to see this. Where did that fear come from? When you were little, did you or did you not speak with yourself and play with yourself? Did you need friends, or did you just play in the garden on your own, talking to yourself? Or did you just sit in your room or in your bathroom, talking to yourself, playing ghar ghar, playing friend? Did you or did you not?
Yeah.
You all did, right? Was that really an imagination? Or was that you really communicating with an energy that you knew was there to communicate with you? You were having fun with that energy. You were having fun with that awareness. You were having fun with that capacity. Till you probably saw a movie, or you read a book, or somebody told you a story, and you suddenly replaced that fun with fear. Because that's how this reality deals with it.
So
Fear.
it is.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is what you were just talking about. सबको awareness
मेरे को भी
है
दे देना. हाँ.
और हम वो awareness बंद कर देते हैं अपना.
Yes, darling. Literally ढक्कन लगा देते हैं उसके ऊपर. ढक्कन लगा के we say, no more. I'm not going there. And whenever I go there, either I will be sick or I will be at the effect of it, because that's wrong. It's like you've made a silent oath, you've taken a silent vow with yourself that I'm never going to go there. It's dangerous. It's wrong. It's bad. It's evil. It's terrible. But
And
whose point of views were those to begin with? Were they yours? Or were they from some movie that you saw, or some book that you read, or a story that you were told?
And how much we do that still to our kids.
Yes, bhoot aa jayega, khana kha lo, finish your food. You know, some bhoot aa jayega, or there's a ghost behind the curtain. Don't go there. Don't go to that room. There's a Dracula in that room. I mean, you know, there's so much of unconsciousness in that.
Chanda, thanks to you, my child is in love with the entity world, and she keeps telling me, Mama, there's an entity with you. And because of the foundation of 4 days which she did with you, one thing she loves doing is clearing entities. And more than me, she's telling me, I will sit for this class.
Oh, Jessica, your beautiful daughter. I still remember. These kids were sitting in one corner. There were 3 of them.
Jessica.
What?
How old are they?
She is 8 years old.
And she knows how to communicate with entities.
You are telling me, look, I have been running away from the entity world, like Chanda knows, like from how many years. And this girl, we were playing badminton, and from the entire foundation class, she picked up this entity clearing her favorite. We were playing badminton, our shuttle got stuck. She's like, it's okay, I'll clear the entities, they will give us the shuttlecock. And the shuttlecock actually fell down, like there was a wind, and I'm like, oh my God, like she is looking more forward to this class than I am.
Yeah. It was amazing. You know, it was so amazing. These little children sitting in one corner playing while we were doing the class, and they were all listening because they were pretty much in class. And Jessica's daughter, just during the entity world, she said, "Mama, see, I told you, na entity." Do you remember that conversation? It was like she was so. It was like, see, I told you. You had to go to class to believe that and to trust that. I've always known that. So, how many of you have always known that, guys? And at what age did you give it up? When you gave that up, will you please acknowledge you gave up your awareness? You gave up your awareness. Everywhere that you gave up your awareness, and whatever age that was, is now the time to claim, own, and acknowledge it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, 9 shots, boys and beyonds.
So
Yeah.
as you were just informing that part, Channa, I just got this, that how many times when, as kids talking to fairies or the spirits, or and we are told that it is a wrong thing, or it's अच्छी बात नहीं है, कोई नहीं है. Is that also one of the way that,
Yeah. When you know something,
and we are wronged for our
and
knowing?
when you are made, yeah, when you're wronged for your knowing and you're told no, can I have everyone muted, please? Thank you. Yeah, thanks. So when you know something and then you are made wrong for your knowing, what that creates in your reality is a rejection of your being. Because you have to judge yourself as wrong to have known what you know. And every time you go into rejection of your being by judging what you know, you cut off what is truly available for you. So what have you rejected that you've always known was a gift for you? Is now the time to receive that. It's just turning the reject button to receive button. It's just that simple. It's just that easy, guys. Till the talk to the entities class, I was in rejection mode also. I thought I didn't do the talk to the entities for quite a few months because I was also of the opinion that I don't want to go there. I will do foundation, I will do all the other classes. Talk to the entities nahi karna. Pagalpanti hai, itna pagal nahi banna. I remember I just sit and tell everyone that I don't want to be so crazy. A little crazy is okay, not fully crazy. But in that crazy lies freedom. In that crazy lies your receiving. Because there is no judgment in that crazy, guys. And if you find yourself at the effect of judgment, if you find yourself at the effect of rejection, if you find yourself at the effect of reaction, it's really time you put your barriers down and received and acknowledged what you've always known.
Chanda, could I just ask,
Yeah.
what, as Kanika was asking, is it necessary or should we do? And you told it's not necessary for everyone to sit or not sit. So if we are in the talk to the entity class, ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं है कि हमारे ऊपर कुछ हो जाएगा. Yeah, do we, is it there that there are, money issues or relationship issues?
Yeah.
Cases,
something that everybody has talked about everybody has said this. Whether you do a talk to the entities beginning, whether you do a talk to the entities advanced, your receiving opens up, guys. Your receiving of money is instant. It's instant. Because and kuch ho jayega, in fact, kya ho jata hai is that you start to acknowledge that you are the dominant entity of your life. That's a side effect of this class. You're like, oh, you mean I can't blame anybody for my life anymore? No. It's, hi, Dipti. Did that
Can I
clear
ask a
something?
question?
Yeah. Of
You know,
course.
following
Yeah.
from what he says, like, sometimes you try to clear it, but like, again, it's like all the points of view, you like body from other people, but you get possessed and that kind of, the energy lingers around and that fear is being put into you since you're little and from the movies and whatever you see. And when you see even like a horror movie or some kind of supernatural thing, it does bring up this uneasiness within kind of me. Then I poke and potty, then I say everywhere I've been there and done that, I clear it, but sometimes it lingers. And then I try to help someone, like my brother was here yesterday and we were like running the bars and he had some stuff come in and like we cleared it and like could really feel that lingering energy like afterwards.
Yeah. Thank you for that question. Because yes, Dipti, when you... Okay, I want you to ask me a question.
how do you get rid of that little bit of like doubt? They're like, you clear it, it's fine. But then like, you think like, is it going, we don't want energy to clear, then I'll like clear the whole house thing and like this, I want to make sure all the energies are gone.
Yeah. So you got to get two aspects to this. The first one is always, always, always recognize you've been there, you've done that. You've been there, you've done that. There's no running away from that. In some lifetime, you've been there and you've done that. Whether it was black magic, whether it was playing with the entities, whether it was playing with the demons, whatever it was, you have been there and you have done that. You can only and only have a judgment of it because you've been there and done that. So yes, when things like this show up, when it makes you really uncomfortable, you want to ask, what do I know about this? What am I holding on to? But if I would let it go, would have me create ease with it. See, when you're willing to receive awareness without a point of view, there's ease. But most of us receive with a point of view. That's not true receiving. That is just justifying your point of view. So what are you choosing to do and be by justifying what you did or what you were aware of in some other lifetime? Everything that is, would you all destroy and uncreate that, please?
Yes, please.
Right, wrong, good, bad, buckle, 9 shots, poison beyonds. Demon worship, entity conversation, demon conversation is a very normal thing that we have all done in some lifetime. Which one of us, especially from India, Asian countries, which one of us has not played with demons? Which one of us has not played with the entity world? We all have, and we all have an awareness around that.
It's like energy of like Kali, like that's like kind of clearing, but there is just the kind of charge there, like trigger point. And like you say, your relatives, like my mom is no longer there, but sometimes I do sense it. And sometimes I get this in thing, like I want her to be free, so I don't want her to be around.
Yeah, thank you for that, Dipti. A lot of times family members, can I just have everyone on mute? Okay, fine, thanks. Yeah, so a lot of time family members, the beings they hang around even after they are no more. Oftentimes because of some promise that they made, maybe to a grandchild or to a child, or some reason to feel the need to help their children, or trying to control. A lot of times they come from a space of controlling, or they're possessive entities who don't want to let go of their kids, or they don't want to let go of their home. Or, there are different reasons, and the different reasons why they don't leave, which we talk about in the class in detail. But you've got to get that when they do that, they also do that from a space of a lot of unconsciousness. So when you're facilitating an entity, whether it's your mom, dad, granddad, grandmom, husband, wife, or whatever, you're really facilitating them out of time. They're stuck in time, guys. The only reason an entity is stuck is because it's stuck in time. And when you fit, a lot of them are unconscious. They don't know that they are dead. So few of them are still stuck in maybe 20 years back, or maybe 5 years ago, or maybe 100 years ago. And when you facilitate them, simply sometimes by asking a question like, hey, do you know you don't have a body anymore? Just that is enough to facilitate them into choice that, oh, I don't have a body anymore. Is that why people don't see me anymore? And then you can ask them, would you like to go get a body? It can be so simple. And truly entity facilitation is really, there's ease with it. There's a lot of ease with it.
Cool.
Can I
Thanks.
just
Thank you
ask
for your question, Deepti. Yes, darling, Shruti.
connected to that as you told, we could clear someone who's stuck in time. So could I, sitting here in my home, clear any entities sitting anywhere else,
Absolutely.
or my
Once,
office?
absolutely, because remember, it's disembodied, right?
Okay.
You just have to connect with them. And sitting here, when I say connect with them, I don't mean you have to go into a meditative state and closing your eyes and then going into their world. No, it's just that, oh, okay, entity, truth, who are you? Truth, who are you? Truth, who are you before that? 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 And truth, who will you be in the future? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pot, 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Hi, love. Good to see you, sweetheart. So it can really be that simple.
So after the class, I have that capacity in me that sitting anywhere, I can clear the entities.
Yes.
for
You can
any-
clear homes, you can clear land, you can clear hospitals, you can clear people who are sick.
What about, when somebody is with, when I have my clients where I'm facilitating, and I get that some kind of energy which is not moving beyond the body processes or something like that. What is that? How can the entity clearings help in those cases?
So in all cases, it's not, so everything that doesn't change is not an entity problem, right? You've always got to ask a question first, that is this something to do with entities? And you move from there forward, okay? But yes, very often, more than often, you will find cases that when people are sick, they invite entities into their body. And the reason they invite entities into their body is there are always entities around you. And when you go to a hospital, have you ever come out feeling really heavy and unwell yourself? Like you walk in, you go and seem to see somebody, but you come out with a headache, or you come out with a shoulder pain, or just feeling like wanting to go home and sleep. I just want to go home and sleep. Discomfort. And that, what is that? That is all the entities that are there who are just hanging around, not knowing that they are dead, looking for a body that they could take or they could have, or that feels like theirs. And when you're not conscious enough, you don't know yours from somebody else's. And that's truly where who does this belong to works beautifully, because up until the Talk to the Entities class, we talk about who this belong to with people around us, with the earth, contributing to the earth, with contributing and asking who does this belong to. But when we do Talk to the Entities classes, we realize that who does this belong to goes to a layer that is so much deeper than what is being talked about. Because yes, you could be picking up entities, thoughts, feelings, and emotions around you and going into a psychological or a physiological effect. You could have a psychological and physiological effect thinking it's a problem, when all that it is just an entity awareness. And it could never have been yours to begin with. This truly sets you free. It's like, there've been, oh my God, I can't really begin to start as to how magical this class is. I mean, for all of you, I've talked about this so often, and I know so many of you already know this, but I just suffered with 19 years of fibromyalgia, with all the medication that I took and with everything that I took, nothing seemed to change. With the bars, with the foundation, so much shifted in my body. But that final freedom that I got was from Talk to the Entities, because I started to truly recognize what is mine and what is not mine only after the class.
I have a question.
Yes, love.
Are guardian angels also entities?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, in entities, like I was talking earlier, we talk about the beings of light, we talk about the angels, we talk about teammates, we talk about the nature spirits. Guardian angels, when we look at, so that's, guardian angel is the term used in a certain modalities. A lot of us talk about the guardian angel that guards us, right? But with access, one thing that I just love, that's my personal way of receiving, is that it has me acknowledging that I'm an infinite being. And instead of needing to be guarded, what if they could contribute? So we don't call them guardian angels. We call them beings of light, or we call them teammates, or we call them nature spirits. And then you will know what it is. The more and
We
more
don't have to clear such, clear these beings of lights. Are we just, I mean, with the, how do we differentiate? Who do we have to clear?
you will
and
know,
who do we have
darling.
to receive from?
You will know, sweetheart. The energy is very different. Yeah. Now for the class, we take you through the process. You will start to recognize what energy is this. Hi. Oh, my lovely. How are you, beautiful? Oh, so good to see you.
To do this class.
And so will this one. Wait, we have a lot of candidates.
Oh, but I too. Oh, lovely. Oh my God. You make me cry. Thank you. Hi, handsome.
No, she's my daughter.
Oh, hi, beautiful. I'm sorry. They'll all just look lovely.
That's okay. All kids look the same.
Oh, they're just beautiful, infinite beings. Hi, gorgeous. Hi, beautiful. Oh, wow. And when you ask them what they know, they know. They know. Yeah. There she says, I know it all. Mom just doesn't know. Mom's just a dirtpoke. Hai na?
Trying to be so brave. That's why I really want to step into this class.
Yes.
Unleash and break free and see what else is
Absolutely.
possible then.
Truly, it truly is about setting you free, guys. Setting you totally free. If you would like that.
Is there another language to talk to the entities?
Oh, that's a beautiful question. Wow. Well, we do these classes in different languages. If you mean different languages, yes, we do these classes in different languages. So we are actually planning to do this class in English and Hindi. And we may have French and Belgium and French, Hindi, Turkish,
I know.
and Italian translation.
That's not the question. I mean, is there a language to talk?
She's trying to say, is there an entity language, like the spirit world communicates in some other language which is not English or...
What would you know, honey? What do you know?
Yes. I think yes.
Awesome. Go with it. Go with that and ask to receive that information. Don't shut it down for anybody. Ask to receive that information. Ask to know what you know. It starts really young, guys. My daughter was 11 when my younger one, when she did the Talk to the Entities class. And till then, she was, I mean, I've talked about this, but she was so aware that she used to have a conversation with an entity, with a girl who was 8 years old. From the age of 3 to the age of 11, this little girl would come to her bedroom every day and she would have a conversation with her. And that little girl, that entity would tell her that I need you to take revenge because my parents got killed. And Noor was just 3. And she would come and tell me this, and I would tell her, stop. Don't talk nonsense, Noor. Ye achhi kahani hai. I would always tell her, what a story. Stop telling lies. Stop telling stories. Telling lies is bad. Telling stories is wrong. From the age of 3 to the age of 11, from the age of 3 to the age of 8, she would come and tell me. And at the age of 8, she realized that Mama just does not see it. So she stopped talking to me about it. She no longer came to me and told me what she knew. But that didn't mean that she still didn't know. She still knew and she was still having conversations. And that's when she actually started talking a lot with Isha, because Isha, my older daughter, is also extremely aware. She would always know when she was really little, about 2 years old or 3 years old, I would switch off her light to leave her room, and she would say, Mama, can you not leave? Can you not switch off the light, please? I need the light to be on. There's somebody in my room. And I would get angry and say, switch off the light and go to sleep. And I remember, and Noor began speaking with Isha, and I wasn't aware of this for almost a year. And then when Noor turned about 9.5, Isha came to me and she said, Mom, we need to talk. Isha was about 19 at that time. And she said, Noor is having an issue and we need to do something about this. So when she came to me and she said the same thing to me, that, there's a little girl who comes to my room every night. She's 8 years old. She knows everything. She knows what happened. And we need to help her. And I freaked out. I didn't have the tools of access. I freaked out. I just freaked out like any mother would. I was like, oh my God, my daughter's going crazy. Oh my God, my daughter's hallucinating. I just freaked out. And I was like, I think I need to take her to a doctor. And Noor wouldn't listen. She'd say, no, no, no. A year and a half went by, and that's when I got introduced to Access. And the first time that the word entity was spoken, and the Talk to the Entities class, the name came up. Noor, who was 11 at that time, came to me and she said, Mama, I want to do this class. And I was like, no, this is a crazy class. I'm not taking you for this class. Anyhow, children have their way. She made sure I reached the class, just the way your daughters are making sure you mothers reach the class. And she got me to reach the class. And in that class, I am so grateful to the facilitator. I'm so grateful. Every day I literally am like so grateful to Access. I'm so grateful to the tools of Talk to the Entities. And I'm so grateful to the facilitator who facilitated Noor into acknowledging what she knows, facilitated me into acknowledging the capacity my daughters have with the entity world, the phenomenal capacity that they have, and with knowing that they have choice. They have choice with it. They don't have to be at the effect of it. They have choice with it. And Noor was 11, and at that time she came out most empowered. And she came and she said, I can just tell that girl that I can't help her. She needs to go to somebody else. After that, there was no conversation after that with that child, with that entity. It never came back. She cleared it. She was 11, and I asked her, would you like me to help you? She said, no, Mom, I can do it myself. That's how empowered you are after this class, guys. And she was 11, and she cleared that entity, and she's never been at the effect of that fear ever again. If you really want to be free, like really free, this may be the class for you.
I have a question.
Hi, Rohini. Yes, honey. Sure.
Hi. Can things go wrong when you talk to the entities?
Okay, so let me ask you a question. What is wrong for you? What do you really mean by wrong?
Can things backfire? Or when you speak to spiritual entities, can they hover around longer? Can they make situations worse? Because I know you say entities is everything, the table, the chair, the closet, the clothes, all of that.
Yeah.
But it seems like a lot of people are speaking more about spiritual entities.
Yes. And we're talking about the disembodied beings here right now.
Correct.
So yes, when you say, can anything go wrong? Not unless you have that point of view.
Okay.
If you have that point of view, you will invite that into your life. I have never seen anything go wrong after a Talk to the Entities class, or after talking to the entities, or after facilitating them. Yes, what I have seen is people's lives changing miraculously. More ease, more joy, more glory, more fun. Miraculously, cancer disappearing, miraculously, fibromyalgia disappearing, like in my body, miraculously, relationships sorting themselves out. That's what I have seen. I've seen people who have had psychological issues, like being labeled as with depression or with schizophrenia also being bipolar and doctors saying you need to be on medication. And I've seen them coming to classes and actually being so empowered that they're no longer at the effect of that. Also, because Rohini, you got to get that when you're willing to be the most dominant entity of your life, then you are never at the effect of anything. You are at the effect of something when you don't know what to do with it.
Mhm.
But when you know what to do, which is really so simple, it's just literally, like I said, even if you don't come to class, but you have done the foundation and you have the tools, you're good. But yes, if you would like more joy, more ease, more glory, more receiving, you probably this class or to another talk to the entities class.
Thank you.
I know you want me to say no, nothing will go wrong. You know, I won't say that. I know you want me to say, come darling, come, nothing will go wrong, but I won't say that. Because really, your points of views create your reality. Jyotika, you're welcome, darling.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you, Chandana. Great call.
Thank you, my
Probably we'll have a class soon with you.
Yes, for sure, Jyotika. Yes.
Coming up soon.
Hi.
Yes. Hi, Neha.
I need a ask a question,
Sure,
and
go
that
for it.
question is from my mom's side actually. उनको बहुत टाइम से entities दिखती हैं, and even she got the conversation with them even.
Yeah.
Okay, and so right now she is feeling there is a person, and he says कि अगर तुमने मेरी बात नहीं मानी तो मैं तुम्हारे घर में जो उतना भी ये फाइनेंस इशू आ रहा है और तुम्हारे रिलेशनशिप्स में जितना भी ये चल रहा है, हस्बैंड वाइफ का, बेटे माँ का, सबका, सो ये सब ऐसे ही चलता रहेगा अगर तुमने मेरे को नहीं माना। और मानने का मतलब है कि उसके नाम से कपड़ा दान करना है, उसकी पूजा करनी है। उनको ये सब मतलब वो एंटिटी उनसे बात करती है सारी।
Darling, your mom has to acknowledge that she is the dominant entity of her life. Nothing can.
थोड़ा जोर की बोले, मुझे आपकी आवाज नहीं आई डियर।
I said आपकी mom को acknowledge करना पड़ेगा that she is the dominant entity, and nothing on planet Earth, nothing beyond the planet can make her do what she doesn't want to do.
Okay.
But she's got to trust that. Is she willing to know that she is the dominant entity of her reality?
Dominant entity means थोड़ा सा clear करेंगे मुझे, so that मैं उन्हें clear कर पाऊँ।
Dominant entity is one who is the boss entity. आपके ऊपर कोई boss नहीं है, आप boss हो अपनी life की।
Okay.
तो जब आप अपनी life की boss हो, तब आपको कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता, कोई कुछ नहीं कह सकता। आप खुद की boss हो, आप खुद को बोलोगे। Right, Neha?
Okay, तो my mom have to say herself कि वो खुद की boss हैं, उनके ऊपर कोई boss नहीं है।
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल। और जो भी है, it's my choice. And आप clearing, आप please just do the clearing of and talk to the entities.
मैंने उनको दिया। Even जब मैंने फाउंडेशन करा था, तो उन्हें तो बहुत सालों से दिखता है एंटिटीज, तो हम लोगों ने बिलीव नहीं करा और सब ठीक है। तो फिर जब मैंने उनको ये एंटिटीज की क्लियरेंस दी, तो उन्होंने बताया कि उन्हें बहुत सालों, जब मेरी दादी गुजरी थी तो बहुत सालों तक दादी दिखती थी, बट अभी पिछले काफी टाइम से दिखती नहीं थी। तो जैसे ही उन्होंने एंटिटीज क्लियर करी तो उनको दादी फिर से दिखने लगी। And she feels कि there are some entities जो उनका बुरा चाहती हैं, and वो सुबह शाम entities clear करती हैं अपनी।
Darling, you've got to ask her. Okay, cool. All right. So is she willing to change that?
Yeah, she wants. She do even she sees many things कि वहां से वो उठ कर आया है और अभी मेरे को भी एक्नॉलेज आया that उन्होंने किसी आदमी के बारे में बताया था जो जा चुका है, तो उन्होंने बताया वो दिखा था, मैंने कहा अच्छा। और इवन जब मैं आपके साथ क्लास कर रही थी तो मुझे याद आया कि वो बंदा क्यों दिख रहा है मॉम को, क्योंकि उसको भी वो पावर्स चाहिए थी जो बाय चांस मेरी मॉम को मिली है। तो वो मतलब मुझे ऐसा सेंस आया, मेरी अवेयरनेस ये आई कि वो उनसे वो चाहता है, इसीलिए वो जा नहीं रहा उन्हें छोड़कर।
Darling, no one can hold on to your mom.
Okay.
कोई किसी को भी पकड़ के नहीं रख सकता.
Okay.
It's all a choice.
ठीक है.
It's all a choice.
Okay.
It's all a choice. And when you have the choice, you can always choose what is ease.
Okay.
So ask your mom, what's the value of holding on? Mom, what is the value of staying small?
Okay.
I mean, how much greater would you have to be? आप अपनी लाइफ के कितने बॉस बन सकते हो कि आपके ऊपर कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता? That's the space you want to be, guys.
Okay.
Not the space of I'm a defect of an entity. Nah. That's this reality.
That she did not choose this actually in her life. That she feels that she is small, she can't do anything with her life actually.
Yeah, and thank you for that, because that is where this shows up.
Okay.
You get that, darling? That is where this shows up. Now, how do you change that? Is by acknowledging that I am the boss entity of my life.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay?
Thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Mwah. All right.
Hi, Chandana. I have a question.
Hi, Priyadarshini. Yes, darling.
How are you?
The last question I'll take because I have to run for another call. Yes, darling.
Sure. Yeah. So I have this question, like, is there a difference or any significance of this evil eye or, that nazar thing with entities? Is there any, I don't know, if there's any relation between evil eye, the person is eyeing me, or nazar lagna, and, entities being present?
Ouch. Can I have everyone on mute, please? Yeah. So, Priyadarshini, your question is a really good one, and we cover a lot of psychic attacks, black magic, clearings. We cover all of that in the Talk to the Entities class. Psychic attacks is only possible when you have a point of view about psychic attacks. If you have a point of view कि वो मेरे पे नजर लगाएगा, या मैं इतनी अच्छी लग रही हूँ आज, देखो मैं बाहर गई मुझे नजर ना लग जाए, मैंने काला टीका नहीं लगाया, या मैंने ये नहीं किया, या मैंने वो नहीं किया. Now you've got points of views about nazar. So every point of view that you have about psychic attack is what has people being able to do psychic attack on you. So we have a full section on psychic attack and black magic, and the beauty of that is when you're willing to acknowledge that if you can change your points of views, you no longer have to be at the effect of that.
So what if it is not me and there's someone else whom I know is
even for them
suffering?
You can always ask them, what points of views do you have about psychic attack that has you being psychically attacked? And of course there's a lot more in detail in the class, which would not be honoring of the class to talk about all of it.
Okay.
Yeah. But for you now, for that one question, I have noticed can change so much for people.
Okay. Sanna, just before you sign out, there's a question on the chat privately sent to me. If you would like to answer that.
Yeah, go for it.
I have a colleague who always wants to boss at me and let me down every time. How can I change this? So this lady is asking that the boss is always being a boss entity.
That's just being a boss. So what energy, space, consciousness choice can you and your body be that can have you out manipulate him with total ease? Wow. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Your willingness to out-manipulate the boss is your willingness to receive from him. Not everything, guys, is entities. You've always got to ask. And some people are just mean.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Chandana.
You're
It was
welcome.
awesome.
Ah,
Awesome.
thank you. I enjoyed it. And thank you, everyone, for being here. I hope it cleared some of your doubts. And yeah.
Chandana, one thing, do we get this recording on your YouTube? Where do we get this?
Yes,
recording?
it will be uploaded on YouTube, and you will receive the replay. Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, darling. And we all have a class coming up, which is on the what dates? I don't remember now. What dates are they?
It is.
Chandana, what will be the timings?
22nd to 28th July.
Thank you, Jessica. 22nd to the 28th July, from I think
3 to 4:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Thank you, love. 3 to 4:30 p.m. IST. Yes, 1.5 hours every day, 7 days.
And ये class आप
Hindi, English, French, and
languages.
Turkish. Yes. Yeah.
And Chandana, what is the energy exchange for this in full?
1,000 USD.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
And is there a prerequisite?
The bars class.
Just the bars, not foundation.
No, just the bars. Yeah. Right.
Thank
Okay,
you.
friends. Thank you all for being here. So super grateful. Love you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.